Hello everybody. In this video we're going to kind of run through an example of where we set up a verbal model first when we solve an equation, or at least we're solving equations in this video, but we're going to set up a verbal model first and then substitute variable letters in for our verbal model and then evaluate. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we start with here. We say consider the following situation. A real estate broker's base salary is 18 grand in dollars. She earns a 4% commission on total sales. How much must she sell in order to earn $55,000? Okay, so the first thing we always want to do is just kind of consider what it is that we're doing here. Consider how much you would make if this was your situation. If I said, hey, I'll pay $18,000 plus 4% commission on your total sales, that just means like I'll also give you 4% of whatever you sell. Okay, so how much would I have to make 4% commission on what I sell on top of my $18,000 and have it to be, have it add up to be $55,000. So our plan here is first to write a verbal model, and the verbal model might look a little something like this. At least in terms of how much I make. So we say the amount I make would be equal to the $18,000 that I make, plus now 4% of whatever I earn. Now, here's the thing. We say 4% is a decimal. We have to write it like this. 4% times my earnings, what I make for my company or whatever it is I'm selling for. So earnings. Okay. So this is a verbal model. Here's what we'd like to do next. We're going to go back and say anything that was like verbiage or words, we're going to replace it with letters or variables. Okay. So we're going to label everything here. We say amount. We could easily replace that with like an A. We say A is $18,000. That's $18,000 plus 4% of my earnings, whatever I earn. And so maybe we say this is like E. Okay. So this verbal model here is basically our equation that tells us how much we would make given how much we earn. Okay. So now the question was this: how much must she sell in order to earn $55,000? Okay. So this amount right here, this $55,000 that we are having reported, this is actually an amount we can record. So we say it's the amount. We want 55,000 and we want this to be in dollars. Okay. So what we can do is now we can actually go back and substitute this in for A and say, all right, well now this is in for A. Let's find out what E should have to be. Okay. So now substituting this value in, we say, all right, A, we'll take A out. A was equal to $18,000 plus 4% of our earnings, so 4% E, okay? And we can substitute in that 55,000 that we had previously considered, okay? So now all we need to do is solve this equation. And so this is just like any other equation. We just have to get this E here isolated, which means, first of all, we need to get rid of this 18 grand. So if this is our equation, we'll go ahead and solve it. So we say 55, we'll go down here and do it. It's equal to $18,000 plus 4% of our earnings, 4% E. So we're going to subtract. Ooh, let's switch colors on this one. How about we go bright, or kind of a brighter red or whatever, Subtract the 18,000 from both sides. So take away 18,000. And so we're left with this. On the right-hand side, we just have 0.04 E, okay? On the left-hand side, we have 55,000 minus 18,000, so this would be, what, 37,000? 37,000. And these are all in dollars, dollar amounts. And so now we're going to undo multiply by 0.04. We're going to divide by 0.04, either side, each side rather, 0.04. So now, dividing by 0.04, we can do this on a calculator. Let's go ahead and flip over here. We say, all right, 37,000. So 37 with 3 zeros divided by 0.04. So equal to 925,000. So we'd say, all right, well, this would mean that E is equal to 925,000. And that was in dollars. So essentially, this person would have to make $925,000 for the company for that 4% of what they earn off of that to add on to their base pay to add up to $55,000. So hopefully you have a good year. But just kind of a brief run through of how you would start by just kind of talking out. This is how I would, express how much I make, the amount I make. And then substituting in letter values and then substituting in any numbers that we already know for those letters and solving for the thing. We don't know.